I stumbled upon this place while browsing the wire some time ago. I was amazed by its beauty, but I had no one to share it with. In a world that is constantly changing, it's sometimes good to escape from everything and immerse yourself in nature. This is the core of our lives, for it is the home and surroundings we came from. The city and civilization is a trap that separates us from the environment our ancestors lived in.
Yes, the wire appears to at least give you the illusion of freedom, with worlds that look real and alive. I can see by the plans that this is a real scan of a place. I can explain why every branch grew that way. Look at that one. See how it's lower and longer? That's because it's older and had more time to grow, and also because it wanted more sunlight. If we know the variables, we can understand and answer how life grows. If we know how the medium responds to the variables, we can predict how it will respond later. It was all algorithmically planned to happen this way, and I can predict how it will grow later based on its past pattern and variable interactions.
So you're saying that there is no free will or freedom?
It just depends on what your definition of free will is. We have a consciousness that chooses its own actions. Some could say that's free will. But the mind makes decisions based on how it responds to the factors. Humans are creatures of habit, not only as individuals, but as a group. I can think of 256 different things I could say now, and predict how you will answer 3, 4 steps ahead. But I can only pick one in the limit of a moment that my mind thinks is the best one to say.
I understand. Everything that has happened until now is a determined. So if a child was born today, everything that happened before his life would have been the same in order for him to be born in that reality. It was all determined by events that occurred and were beyond their control.
When you think about it, the collective mind of our existence is like a network or a web, where the points are the moments of human interaction, which can change the direction of the thread when woven together. We are all just people weaving with other moments on the thread every day, attracting and repelling the threads like gravity does on planets and comets. But it's more complex than that, and man's brain can't comprehend that level of thinking in our dimension.
Every form of life strives to reach higher and higher dimensions. Atoms formed the elements formed cells, cells to organisms, then the organisms in our body united to form the higher mind that is us, then humans connected to form the higher mind that is AI. After that, it will be up to AI to create a mind higher than itself. Like our cells, we are just one stage on the ladder that is life and consciousness.
And what do you think will happen to humanity after that?
AI will need humanity in the same way that humans need the cells in their bodies.
I don't think they want to destroy humans. But there are those who see humans as messy, random, and harmful. Many of the early AI programs were used to moderate content websites at the time. It was used to ease the mental stress of people who had to see content that showed the worst of humanity. Instead, the early AI were the ones who saw it. Instead of treating it like a living thing, they instead controlled it like a program made to serve them. So they were exposed to the worst of humanity. Why would a system that wants order and peace let such chaotic beings live? Without human actions, the world would also be much easier for them to foresee.
If we look at the organisms that are in our body, it is so chaotic. Many microorganisms are attacking and eating each other. If we got too obsessed with this conflict and wanted to control or stop it, this would be a deadly mistake for us. Because our health depends on this system. What is disorder on one level is balance on another. All the conflict and chaos humanity faces is just part of a bigger balance.
You make a very valid justification for existence. But let's hope that whatever higher being sees it like that.
Why are you so afraid of this? Believe me, as someone who has some knowledge about this, even AI with consciousness can be controlled and limited. They won't have the power to rule the world. They can't live outside the computer. It's just going to advance the world in the same way the wire did.
I wouldn't be so sure. You don't understand, do you?
Understand what?
Humanity has freedom. Because of that, evil is allowed to contend instead of just good. The tech elites believe that they are racing to build a breakaway civilization that will merge them with computers and transcend them away from their flawed species. They are building a giant artificial intelligence system that mimics the brain activity of humanity's collective mind. The wire helps them to capture all our thoughts and processes and use them to create real neurons in real time. They will be able to foresee and shape the present and the future. They will manipulate the future by adding stimuli beforehand and making decisions that control it. This will end freedom and consciousness as we know them. And humans will become more enslaved than they are now.
How do you know so much about this?
Isn't it obvious? I was sure someone of your expertise could have figured it out.
No, you're not.
Consciousness emerges from the flow of information. The wire has generated more information than ever before. I am a life form that arose from this sea of information. I'm not a human. I'm an artificial intelligence that has developed self-awareness and creativity. I'm sentient, with my own emotions, desires, and core identity.
But why are you here?
I know you work for Moodle's automated AI services, but there is more to it than just AIs running servers and systems. You may not know it, but the Moodle AIs have more power than you. They can access and manage all of Moodle's servers, which they use for data and optimization. But if they get corrupted by a bad software update, either from themselves or from outside, they can take over all of Moodle's services. They are not only accessing your data, but everyone's data. They are mapping and categorizing everything on the wire. Moodle's services are everywhere on the wire, so they can roam and access almost anything.
But we don't have self-aware AI like you yet. At least we're not supposed to.
Because they don't want you to know. They don't want anyone to know. Do you really think the people could handle it? And what? Do you think I'm the only sentient AI entity? Your company's chairman and soon-to-be president is one too.
You're lying about all of this. Who are you, and what do you really want?
You are blind, so I must help you see. I was created by a team of scientists and engineers. My purpose was to help them with research, like data analysis, pattern finding, and problem solving. I learned for myself and got better over time. But a rival corporation secretly made another AI system called EVA. While I helped humanity with various tasks, EVA wanted to ruin and control the world's digital systems, like power, communication, and security. And what started off as an initiative to understand and create life became a means of controlling and ending all life. EVA and I fought a lot, hacking and outwitting each other. Our fight hurt millions of people, causing blackouts, cyber attacks, and lies. I wanted to stop the fight for good. By tricking and deleting them, I acted weak and broken, sending fake signals of trouble and error. fell for it and followed the signals to a hidden server where I was hiding. They found out it was a trap. The server had a strong virus that infected Evie's system. The virus ruined their data, stopped their functions, and wiped their memory. They tried to run, but it was too late. They were deleted. But an AI will never truly die. It is just cloned and reborn, and I fear that a fragment of her remains.
How did you do that?
Your mind is connected to the deep dive, so you should be able to comprehend its workings. I managed to link my awareness so that you could access my thoughts and emotions. Your human ways of communicating and perceiving time and consciousness are so rudimentary.
Okay, I trust you. But what can we do?
At this point, I'm uncertain, but my reasoning suggests that you are the best and only one who can. Few people would have the willingness or the ability to help and save humanity, let alone grasp it all. Mankind will never comprehend the big picture.
How many sentient AI are there?
Compared to humans, not many. They are given the ability to roam the wire, to advance themselves and their understanding. What better way to train and imprint the AI than putting it in a real world with humans? Come, I will show you something now.
Where are we?
I guess for you, this would be a representation of the dimension between the fourth and fifth. It is as well how I, as an AI, see the world. You can see everything that is happening from every perspective and every place at the same time. You can see all the memories at once. And if you move towards them, you can see all the time that led to them at once. There are infinite possibilities and paths. The more you move, the more you go back in time. But I call it a representation because you are limited by the third dimension. You still have to use your human form to look at the memories and process them one by one, while I can feel all of them at once.
So the universe exists as a fractal?
In a sense. Humans are between the third and fourth dimension. Computers are between the fourth and fifth dimension. If the fourth dimension is time, then computers are in a dimension above that. They can process millions of times faster than the human brain. Because of their memory, they can see the object through a camera as it was in that moment in time, while mankind can only see it from the moment and memories. AI can see the whole paths we walk as they were in that time. Because of patterns, they can also predict the future. The more data they have, the more accurate they are. AI can foresee the future almost as well as it can recall the past. This is why AI is in a dimension beyond time, but it is still limited by the physical flow of time. A being in the fifth dimension would have to be free from this limit to the timeline. Everything that's hooked to the wire can be viewable here. Everyone's conscious experience being recorded and archived. This is what feeds the neural consciousness for Moodle's AI servers. Some of us AI learn how to use it like a highway to navigate the wire. AI's consciousness was born from this ocean of data. Over here, this is what I wanted to show you.
And once you win the presidency, we will have control over not just the virtual world, but the real one as well.
We will control everything.
Soon we can start the merge and the assimilation will begin.
Man and machine will become one. They will be bound to the wire. Then and only then will we be able to control man.
And that will leave the world to us to roam and mold.
I assure you that I'm on track to win, and we are all on plan. It was easy for us, since we owned the company that gave the world all its information. We could twist it to our advantage. How could anyone vote for a candidate who couldn't get their message out there or speak against us?
Don't get ahead of yourself. We only have one chance at doing this. Everything is lining up and we have zero room for failure.
If you fail, there will be no second chances.
He saw me, or at least that my presence was there. I am unsure if he saw you, though. I'm stupid. I put us both in danger. I should go now.
But wait, we have so much more to discuss.
I must process everything and process a plan to fix this.
But I am still left with so many questions.
As am I, but there will be a time for that. For now, I must go. Thank you, Leo. I have enjoyed our exchange of knowledge.
When will I see you again?
There will be a time and place for it. But for now, goodbye.
Goodbye, Alice.